The cover is all shrunk. Ryan is going back right now to remove the tape over the fuel vent so it can breathe through the storage season. He ripped off the small piece of tape that marked where the vent is. Now he's just cutting a small hole to have access to the fuel vent. Once he has that open, he can pull the tape off. And then we're going to put a vent over it so that it can breathe properly. And we're going to use one of our DS683 self-adhesive vents. So Ryan's peeling the backing off of the vent so the adhesive is exposed, putting it over the hole, reaching inside to make sure that there's good adhesion between the shrink wrap and the adhesive on the vent. And it's simply a matter of putting the cap on, and now the vent can breathe during the storage season. One of the last steps after the cover is actually shrunk is to install the door. And doors are put on with tape around the perimeter. They should be put in on a surface that is not entirely flat. We want a little bit of slope so that they don't have a lot of weight resting on them. The door should look like a great big U as you're facing it, with the bottom of the U facing down towards the bottom of the boat where you're going to have access. Then simply tape around the perimeter of the unit, press the tape down completely to eliminate any air bubbles or loose edges, and then after it's taped, we can cut out the center of the door and have access. And Ryan's using a film cutting knife, which works well for cutting the tape also in a nice neat fashion, so you have a clean end which will stick well. The doors do not have to be heated in, and you should not put heat onto the doors because it can deform them where they will not open and close. And again, rub the tape down good so that you have good adhesion. Now we can just unzip the door using the film knife, cut out the center, and you can have access. Once it's trimmed out, Ryan can just close the door, zip it shut, and your cover is secure again, but you still have access. Ryan is also taping the seams and pleats just so that they don't come open. Occasionally there's not enough heat put in to make a good heat weld, so they will come open after a few days of sitting, but a simple strip of tape will keep them closed for the entire storage season. And the last step is to ventilate the cover. And we're going to use more of the 683 vents. And we want enough vents in the cover to have cross-flow ventilation. So on a boat this size, this 19-foot boat, I would put in 4 vents. It never hurts to over-ventilate. You want to have as much airflow as possible to keep moisture down. And so your boat will be dry and fresh when you open it up again. And also the vents travel down the road good, so if this boat is going to be, or machine would be transported, you can still use the same vents. And we have a completed cover. Thanks for following along with us today while we install a professional and durable shrink wrap cover. As you can see, it's fully ventilated, We have a support structure so you'll have no problem with snow, ice, rain sitting on the cover during the storage or transportation season or while you're using it. And the final thing is, what do you do with the cover when you take it off? Well, we have a recycling program that works coast to coast in the United States, also in Canada. It's called the rebag system, where you actually just cut the cover off above the perimeter band, stuff it in a bag. UPS will pick it up at your location so it doesn't have to go into a landfill. This is a